Yes, we're back with a Celtic Unrestricted. Yes, myself, JP. Oh my goodness, man. I feel as if this has been an absolute eternity, me saying that. When was the last time I said that, Ryan? Friday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Well, guys, as you know, we weren't on Friday. And again, everybody that's tuning in with us just now, all the viewers and the watchers, hope you've had a lovely weekend. On with me myself tonight is a fantastic Andy Gray. And the man with, I think he must have nicked Pat McGinley's jersey, Mr. Alan Stirling. Good evening, Alan. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you had a nice weekend.
Fantastic. How are we?
I'm good, mate. I'm really good. I've still not come down off at Cloud9, as people say, for Friday, mate. But how's yourself?
Very good. Relatively quiet one this weekend. Watched the game and then pictures with the missus. Nothing.
So you just ooze enthusiasm there just as you say that, big man.
Oh no, yeah, the film was awful. By
I
the
hope
way.
she's not got that. I hope she's not got that on the big screen, by the way.
What film is it?
Oppenheimer, man. I wish it would have been Barbie, by the way. I was looking forward to Oppenheimer, but no, it was it's a bit slow to say the least, by the way. But how'd you do to be a husband, innit?
So was it Oppenheimer you went to see?
Aye.
I can't
Over 3 years.
I can't say it looks good, mate, but it just looks like I've had sleep off way through it.
Aye, no, over 3 years or all, man, so it was a bit much to watch. So, that's what my weekend would consisted of.
Right. I do apologise, folks, for the wee 10 minutes or so late tonight. As I said in the comments, with the wee technical fault earlier on with the internet, so I do apologise. Andy boy, how was your weekend, mate? It's been a long time. I feel as if it's been a long time for that wee gorgeous smiling face, mate. How are you?
No, I'm not bad, mate. Obviously, like you said, the event was brilliant Friday. Really good turnout, really good to meet people, and it felt like, to be fair, mate, it felt like we've done it for years. It was our first event, and it felt like we've done it for a long time. And I don't know if that's because you're on this a lot now, and you used to talk in front of what we call a camera, basically. So, all in all, mate, it was a very good night, mate. And it'll be the first time any kids. It was a good turnout and a lot of good feedback from it. So, I like to say, mate, it was a sober weekend, actually, to be fair, for me and you, but actually no bad. So, a good weekend, mate, sober weekend. No individual weekend, there was a full weekend, mate, so it was good to relax and switch off as well. So, all in all, mate, good to see Celtic play again, good performance to chat about for us on this as well, mate. So, all in all, mate, good to see you two gorgeous faces on the podcast tonight, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, the Celtic obviously back at the weekend. We'll come to that in a wee while. Want to go to some of the comments. We've got some quite interesting comments. Nori has said, "Hi comrades, we definitely need to get a top-class keeper and pronto. Livakovic would do nicely." What I will say to that is, thank you, Nori.
Thank you, Nori.
We will definitely come to that one soon. Plunge wanted to know if we were still fully it. Now, if Plunge, well, to be fair with you, Plunge, I'm probably going to disappoint you here. We were full of bottles of water, mate. That's what we were full of on Friday, mate. Call us boring or whatever, mate, but we had a long day on Friday. And
I like to call it professional, JP.
Well,
that's what I would call
it. You took the words right out of my mouth there, Ryan, to be fair, but that was a wee bit of a long day. And good evening, folks. I'd like to say a massive thank you to JP and Ryan and Alex for a great night live on Friday. Well done, boys. Thanks, Ange.
Cheers, Ange.
Obviously, you decided to change the boys tonight, which is, I quite like to see a bit of thinking outside the box, Ange, to be fair. Next time, I hope to see the BHYOS, to be honest with you, though. Mince Medallions, what a name that is, by the way. Good evening, Trips. Hail, hail from sunny Greenock. Hail, hail. And that's definitely no you in that profile picture. I obviously don't know what your name is, but good evening to yourself. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. And there's I've never known a bigger drama queen, honest to God. 38, you're late again. Evening school for computing course. Well, cheers for that, Jerry. Thanks very much. Just leave that, man. We'll just... And then he decides to later on comment and say, good evening, everyone. Should I not have done that first? On you.
Got to tell us in first.
He's a time traveller.
And Leo Porter's joining us tonight. He says, yes, lads, hope you're well. You're smashing it. Cheers, Leo. Thanks for your comments, mate. And again, guys, thanks for everybody else that's commenting in as well. Right, lads, obviously, as everybody knows, and it's no any kept secret, that we did have our first live event on Friday. Alan, yourself, you were obviously just relatively new to the podcast, mate, so you obviously, I need to be straight with you, you won the rain Friday, so...
Oh, come on, you.
No.
Come on, you, man. You know what that is. Come on.
I know. But obviously, you weren't part of that on Friday night. So obviously, you never got to experience the buzzing. But obviously, hopefully, as we go forward, you'll experience the next one. You never got to experience that wee bit of buzz that obviously me and Ryan are probably still operating from at the moment. As is probably Big Alex as well. Ryan, all I can say, mate, is Friday was absolutely tremendous to be part of. Again, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that made it possible for us to do it, and I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that came along to support us on the night, and everybody that came along and spent money and buying some of the stuff that was available to them that night. I've got some photos, Ryan, but obviously I'll let you come in first, mate, and I'll put up some photos and let the viewers see a bit about how our night went, mate.
No, it was brilliant, mate. Like you say, it's people that came in, paid their money, and obviously bought things at the bar and stuff, and for the pub as well. It was a good night for the pub as well. I'm sure they got a wee turn as well out it. So all in all, mate, it was good for us to put our podcast out there live as well, because obviously on this, I know you're live on YouTube and stuff, and etc. But to do it live in front of audience, it's totally different because we can't see people. We're just talking to each other here. And it just seems like take away the live button. It's just like a Zoom call, really. It's not really, you don't really see the comments. We see the comments, but you don't really think about doing it live. So, and it was just good to put it out live and let other people know, kind of us as people, as a face, not just on a Zoom call, because some people can look totally different on this. You meet them and it's not the same person, it's not the same opinions. And I like to think that anybody who's there and watches the podcast kind of got a grip at what we say here is the exact same as what we would do in a live event. Because for me, it's no anything we don't speak about here anyway. And it was good to get a bit of debate between fans and us kind of getting our opinions and them asking us questions. I enjoyed that because obviously on here you get questions, but it was good to debate in terms of facially. And actually getting a bit of debate. So, all in all, mate, I loved it. And I think we can speak in terms of me and Alex, mate. It was a privilege to do it and kind of roll on the next ones because it's definitely the way forward for us. And I don't think that'll be the last for us, mate, because it's definitely something that's, for me anyway, very enjoyable. And I like to think we can take it to other fans as well, because not all fans are privileged to watch it on YouTube, etc. So it's good to put the podcast out there, mate.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Absolutely spot on. There's a couple of wee things I want to go through just now. I'm going to put up some photos just now. These two photos, I'm going to give a big shout out to this fine gentleman. This year, Alan, was done. This was our podcast banner, mate, for the live event that was done by a very good man, Mr. Francis Lester.
Yep.
Everybody that's tuning in with us just now, he has already commented tonight in the comment section. But this is a banner that he done for us. Absolutely tremendous. I mean, frightening. Absolutely frightening. This year, followed by the posters that he done for us. That was one of two that were put on the front door of the pub. Again, absolutely tremendous, Ryan. I don't think personally I can thank Francis enough for all his help to us and for us even. So again, if anybody wants to get their hands in any of this kind of stuff, please reach out to Francis. As I said, he's in the comments at the moment. I'm pretty sure he'll oblige as much as he can. I'm going to put up another photo, so I think it's very fitting. This photo here is myself, Ryan, and our fine sponsor of the podcast, Mr. Alec Beveridge, who he wasn't obviously our sponsor on Friday. He was our entertainment side of it and our DJ. And the work Alec put in again with ourselves, Ryan, to make that night possible for us on Friday, mate, was just absolutely unbelievable. And again, mate, he's another guy I probably can't thank enough for all the help he done. Not just him, but obviously his family as well. If you look at the raffles that we done, his family putting stuff into the putting some stuff for prizes into the raffle for us and donating stuff for us. So again, mate, a massive, massive thank you to Alec and his family, Ryan.
Yeah, mate, like you say, with Alex, obviously, he is a sponsor of the podcast, but on Friday he was a DJ and he was brilliant, mate. It was the feedback we've got off him as well, and it was just, that's the first I've seen Alex obviously doing the full type of kind of his event style, and it was brilliant. It was funny. Yep. It was. He got the kind of crowd and entertained, and he got them involved, and he got us involved, and it was just a full brilliant package, mate. Like I say, if anybody who is wanting events, I know he's a sponsor, and you could be a bit biased, but in a full truth, mate, I would definitely recommend Alex. Brilliant value for money, brilliant entertainment. He's there the full night. He works very hard. He's constantly working. It's not just he's just sitting spinning decks or spinning tunes. He's doing a lot more than that. And for me, JP, I'm privileged to be kind of part of this vision with him, part of this podcast with him. And I like to call him my friend now, mate, because we're kind of phone calling like me and you all the time. You're texting. And it's just a brilliant guy, mate. And for the work he done for us and Friday, the work we'll continue to do as a podcast, mate, I can't thank him enough.
No, I've got to echo that, mate. Honestly, it's like I said at the beginning there, there's no words that you can say to thank him enough for everything that he's done for us over the last couple of months with coming on board with us. And again, Ryan, I've said it many a times, mate. I think we're very privileged to have him on board with us. And then I'll save the best to last. Me and the wee man decided to get within me sort of photo taking at the end of the night. Now I've probably disappointed a lot of people there, Ryan, because I think a lot of people were expecting me and you to be hanging there something, or hanging there the tables, or phone about or whatever. But no, as you can see, folks, we were quite relaxed and quite professional, as Ryan put it at the beginning. So again, no, it was just an absolutely superb night with some really good, superb people. So I totally enjoyed it. There he's there. So anybody looking to get their hands in anything at all, posters wise, banners wise, anything at all, guys, that you're looking for, there's a man there, Mr. Francis Lester. You can hit him up on Facebook, hit him on YouTube, and as I say, yeah, I'm sure he'll oblige because he's a right good guy. I think we must attract him, lads, to be honest. I really do. Because it seems to be good guys we're dealing with. Right, lads, into important business. This fantastic club that we all love. I'll come to you first, Alan, because it's been a wee while there for you spoke, mate. And I do apologise, mate, but I had to get all the thank yous and that. I had to get all the thank yous and that out of the way, mate. Celtic Wolves, Saturday. Myself and Ryan had a wee run through in the pub on Friday night. We had a wee tactics board as well. I've got a wee video I'm going to play at the end for that. But as I say, we ran through how Wolves would shape up, how we thought Celtic would shape up. I think we pretty much hit it in the head, Ryan. Really, we weren't far away. Put it that way. I know Wolves have lost a couple of players. We did mention that as well. We lost the big boy Jimenez. I think they had Dama Traore's away now. The boy, is it Neves?
He's away as well.
Saudi Arabia, yeah. They thank God, by the way, because when you've seen some of the talent they did have, like the boy Neto and the boy that they brought on in the second half, the boy Silva, they do still have some genuine quality. I think the boy Pedence may be injured, which is why he never featured at all on Saturday. But again, he's another really good player. He's got a lot of quality. But what was your take overall, Alan, in terms of how Celtic set up and how they were looking at this stage of pre-season, mate?
I was really impressed. It's kind of slick, quick passing movements. It wasn't as gung ho as we were kind of with Ange, but I'd say we were getting forward just as quick with how quick our passing was. It was quite impressive with the likes of Abada, Hatate. I thought Kyogo looked massively sharp. He looked unbelievably sharp. So I was massively impressed with how we looked at this stage of the season. A lot of times in pre-season and years gone past, we've kind of looked a bit slack at times because of building up fitness, but definitely it was impressive against Wales. And hopefully we're kind of build on fitness going forward.
How did you feel overall when you seen the lineup? And
Aye,
at the beginning, before the game started, we seen that back four, and I think most of us jumped behind the couch in that moment.
I think everybody's got to kind of say that about the Scales and Wales kind of dilemma, but with Starfelt having a knock, I think it was a twisted ankle or something, it says it was.
Yeah.
So if he's having a knock, when you see the two at the back, alarm bells are going to be ringing because they're not, kind of not even squad players. Like, Wales didn't see much football last year. Scales done relatively well, but it was at Aberdeen. So when you see the two in the start lineup, you're going to be relatively scared that it could go wrong. But
yeah,
I don't think they've done fantastically well, but I wouldn't say they've done awful either. They come in and done an average job. I'd hope they were there anywhere near the first team that was they two were back up in the season going forward. But I wouldn't say that there was massive things that they'd done wrong in that game there. But I'd hope for better the season going forward, definitely.
I think, Ryan, I'm going to, well, as you know, mate, you love this about me. I'm going to throw a wee curveball and among yous here and set a cat right among the pigeons about yous, because I've done the same with Greg Taylor with him, Alan, and he still hates it. So I'm going to throw a wee curveball here. I've been very impressed by Liam Scales this pre-season. I actually spoke about this last night. I've been very impressed with him. I think his game has went up a level for when we signed him, and I think he's gained really good experience, been out at Aberdeen and been a week in, week out regular. Albeit the Darvel game aside, I think his performance levels have been very consistent. Now, in the Celtic team, when he's been asked to play under this Brendan Rodgers time, I think he's been absolutely incredible. I really do. I'm being honest. I think he's aggressive and he's defending. He does a simple thing. He's very good with the ball at his feet. He's very calm. He's developed this sort of composure that he doesn't get too hasty. He's not too quick. He doesn't give the ball away cheaply either for a centre back. You know, he's definitely not, you know, Effie Ambrose. He doesn't try and beat people when he doesn't have to. And I think he's defending. He's very, very, very aggressive, and I love that. I love the way he gets close to people. You saw it the other day, the boy Cunha tried to cut inside in the half position, and he was always on it. He was right on him as soon as he get the ball, and I really like that. Welsh, for me, I think he's miles away. I think he's totally miles away. If you look at he gets pushed off the ball too easy with big guys, and but I've been really impressed with Liam Scales. I totally agree with you. I think we have better quality though that will stop him being a regular every week. Obviously, you've got Carter Vickers now back full training. 40s a day, Narowski was there. Starfelt back in training. So even Tony Ralston. So now we're having a different conversation, because about 3-4 days ago, we're all probably sitting going, God, we've not even got a right back. God, they two are out of centre half. God, he's Carter Vickers, isn't he? Now we're seeing 40s of them all together. And we're all like, all right, well, maybe they're not too far away. we're only hearing the day as well. It's like 14 days away for Alistair Johnson coming back to the team now as well. So, again,
Where
Ryan,
would you put Scales in the pecking order, JP? Just
I'd put my head,
interested.
I would put my head of Stephen Welsh and Kobayashi. He's
Aye, no, totally agree.
he's a lot tougher than both of them. Plus, left-footed centre backs are so hard to find in a modern day game, mate. They really are. And I think if you can, I also think Liam Scales could cover us at left back. I think he's big enough. I think he's athletic enough. I think he can get about. I think he would be able to do the job. I really do. And I think there's a lot of hesitation in terms of Brendan wanting to send them back to Aberdeen and loan. I think they've already kind of said to Barry Robson, look, this is going to be something we'll need to play by ear, and we'll see how we go. That's not to say that he's going to play with Celtic every week. I think he just becomes, he now jumps ahead for me in terms of Welsh and Kobayashi. Because your next go-to guys can't be those two, in my opinion, if we want to play top level, i.e. Champions League football, mate, or Europa League football. Stephen Welsh, I think, would probably he would struggle in a normal SPL team every week up against. You picture a guy like Curtis Main up against him, or a Louis Moult, someone physical that's going to get in his face. Even Van Veen, guys like that. These are the guys you come up against in Scotland. And if they move on, it's guys like John Obika and there's other big lads about, So I think he gets pushed off the ball too easily. I think Welsh is quite negative in his play also. He wasn't on Saturday. I've got to give him credit on Saturday. I thought he looked to play forward when he could. And I thought that was probably the clear message from Brendan in terms of that, Alan. I think you could see there was a defined message here for Brendan, i.e. stop going back away with the ball. Start playing forward. And as you said, mate, it was all quick passing. It was a bit different for Ange. Ange was more 100 mile an hour, gung-ho, 3D football, whereas this team are going to keep the ball. They actually showcased themselves in probably a different light now. Like, Hatate's very good at retaining the ball, turning the ball, lifting his head and then expressing himself.
Would they change the ball under Rodgers the last time? But I noticed a difference through the last couple of games. Like, we're retaining the ball, but it's a bit sharper, the play. It's a bit more clinical with the passing.
I think this time, but for me, Alan, I think we've got better technicians in the team, mate. I think you've got better technicians. And there's guys, no disrespect, he's a great servant to the club, but guys like Near Beaton who want that 2 and 3 extra touches to then set what they're going to do. And see when you've got a guy like Hatate, he'll just turn and a half turn, go bang, ping, balls to Abada. Mate, that makes all the difference. And when the difference between doing it in Premier League to doing it in the Champions League, you need to be quick here. Because you're going to be triggered to be pressed on, sometimes with 2, sometimes with 3. So when that pack of wolves come after you, mate, you need to be able to retain, and that's what I want for this team. Ryan, I'll come to you with the same thing, mate. Obviously, I know your feelings about it, mate, but obviously we'll do it for tonight's podcast. In terms of the way the team are shaping up, mate, what's your overall thoughts on it?
I'm probably going to give myself a pat on the back here because I think last week or 10 days ago with you, I basically says kind of exactly everything that's going on. People were panicking about injuries, and I'm thinking, look, I can guarantee either Narowski, Vickers, or Starfelt will be back to. They'll be fit. They'll make sure they're fit, even if at 80% or 70%. There's no chance unless, barring major injuries, that we're going to have Kobayashi, Welsh, or Scales at centre back. They wouldn't have it for the first game of the season unless they generally couldn't walk. And if they're back in full swing and they know, they're going to probably at least play some part of the game on Saturday and maybe some part tomorrow for maybe 45 minutes. I think if any of the 3 play tomorrow at least 45 minutes, they'll be playing on Saturday. That'll be a warm-up for them. Maybe the one that might not play might be Vickers because he's just back in full training, but I'd imagine he's been keeping himself fit through his rehab, upper body stuff, and he'll be jumping a bit to play on Saturday. Narowski says he's fit to play tomorrow, so he'll be contested to play on Saturday. And in my opinion, he did say it might take a few weeks, but I think he's trying to give himself a bit of time to the fans. If he's fully fit on Saturday, sorry, big man, you're worth 4.5 million, 4.2. You're playing, in my opinion. And in the deep end, you're playing. That's what you're signed for. So I did say that these things would calm down, and if these guys are fit, like you said, Jai, we're having a total different conversation. Injuries have made a bit of the panic defensively. No, the fact that the guys aren't good enough. But in terms of Liam Scales and Welsh, I know Wells played. I know Stephen Wells played well on Saturday, and so did Liam Scales. They were comfortable, but I know they're playing JP at that level, and I'm a fan. I'm not an expert. I'm a fan, but if that's the guys that we're going to count on defensively to get us to the higher level for backup, then I'm worried personally. I'm up because if we've got Vickers on the roster, Starfield injured, I don't know if I can trust it to in the big games, even against Rangers. Sorry, or other mob as we call them on here. I just don't. Liam Scales, I can see potentially being a squad player, and he could come in and play your cup games or your Ross Counties or St Mirren. But I know you need day guys in your squad, and I totally get that. That's part of football. I know every player is going to be your outstanding quality. There's always maybe 6 or 7 guys who come in and play bits and bobs, but for me, if I was Liam Scales personally, right, just me talking about as a football player, not as a Celtic fan, just a football player, I would go back out on loan personally and play football because his growth is going to get stopped at Celtic if he's not going to be playing week in, week out. If he's going to be playing maybe one game every 10, getting 15 minutes here and there, because he can't play B team football, so he's going to be just training every week. And as much as training with this squad is going to be amazing and getting the learning off of Rodgers, if he's not going to be playing every week, he's maybe better going out on loan. We have viewer maybe recalling him if he's doing well. But again, that's up to him, JP, and up to Rodgers, how he sees where he plays. I'm just a fan. I'm just putting my point across that I still think we need a better left back and Taylor going forward, especially Europe. Scotland is absolutely fine. I know we've done okay last year, but like I said to you, if we just find me just okay, if we just want it to be okay, because we finished 4th last season, are we going to finish 2nd or 1st? With Greg Taylor left back, in my opinion, even Burnaby, probably no. But then you need to go.
I think we should just take a moment, Ryan, just on that note, mate, we should just take a wee moment and just look at this fine specimen, seriously, no, but that's why I call him me also, just look at him, honestly.
I totally get the fact, JP, that he's been brilliant, and I know what I'm saying here might go back on what happened last year. It was potentially nearly player of the year last season, but it's a new season. We're trying to improve again in Europe, and I do feel we need somebody to come in and challenge who's a top left back to help him, and then it might push him on to improve, or we just go out and buy a totally proven left back. But we could say that about a right back for to help Johnson. We can say it about another striker for Kyogo, we can say another winger. There's lots of positions we can say JP. We're maybe being greedy. But in terms of Liam Scales, I did think he played well, mate. But potentially going forward, I think he's got to decide what he wants to do. If it's to play football every week, or is it to be a bit part player and learn for Rodgers and then maybe go away maybe next year, 2 years' time. But just me as a fan, mate, I just want to be comfortable with Liam Scales and Stephen Welsh in my starting 11, especially against another mob and in Europe.
That's why we call you Andy Gray, mate. You just love a wee, can hear the rosary beads. I thought he'd put him down on Friday and left him in the pub, man, but obviously no, they were fresh out of tumble dryer the night. Alan, to be fair, mate, he mentions Narovsky getting flung in at the deep end, mate. I think Ryan loves that word because he's been in the deep end a few times. That's a different.
That's for the half-10 show.
Is that definitely the half-10 show?
The half-10 show is called Deep Impact tonight. That's what it's called tonight. Aye.
Double D.
Double D.
You can't deep.
There he's there. There he's there.
There he's there. Oh, double denim. Be Ryan, double D. Quality, man. But, no, Alan, I think what Ryan says there is spot on in terms of you always kind of need to look to progress. I think that's the key. I think you need to sort of, you need to look to be better. I think today, we saw an interview. I don't know if you managed to see it, mate. Did you see Brendan's interview in Sky? Yeah. And obviously I think he made a couple of great points, and he sort of gave us a better insight as to where we are now in terms of recruitment and what we're doing. And he more or less says, don't expect me to be going and spending 15 or 20 million on one guy, because it just isn't happening. I think a lot of the Celtic fans are just under this sense that we're going to go out and spend numerous amounts of money. I said weeks ago that it wouldn't happen. So I don't think, mate, that interview today comes as much of a surprise.
I know, just as what I mentioned last week, it's not always about the price tag of the players. I say about the Maeda and Hatate, the 1.5 million, but I think after bringing in the five players we've brought in, they're all age ranging between 20 and 22. I'd like to see a couple of players coming in that's kind of mid 20s to late 20s, but experience in the
Yep.
squad. Somebody that's going to
Yeah.
seriously challenge to get in the team, in the first team. These guys might turn out to be wonders, but I'd like to see a few more experienced players to come in. You're looking right through
Do
the
you have
team. I know
a
you've
specific position, mate? Do you have a preference to positions, or are you just talking about in general in the whole squad?
I in general as well, but like to see somebody kind of attack midfielder that's coming in that's uh, maybe mid 20s to late 20s to kind of replace your Aaron Moy. I know you've got Callum McGregor sitting behind him, but somebody that's got to, you've got Carter Vickers and McGregor at the bottom half of the field that are dictating what's happening between the team. But maybe somebody further up the park that's got that knowledge, that's got that experience, that could kind of show and kind of lead the other players that we've got further up the park.
Would you put Matt Riley in there?
Matt Ryan's still with 22 as well. Definitely, he's obviously a quality player that's coming on every game that he plays. Even I think he's one of the players that Brendan Rodgers will go on miles and miles with Brendan Rodgers, because I think he'll suit the kind of gameplay that Rodgers plays. But just the average age of our teams kind of get down and down as we speak. Because you look at the five players that we brought in, they are all between 20 and 22. So I think we need a kind of bring that average a wee bit up so that when the hard games come, we've got that somebody with a bit of knowledge, or somebody with a bit of experience that can advise the players, that can lead them on. And I think that'd be definitely an advantage to have within the team. And just to
I think
lead on for something that Ryan says as well, so we're right back. I think a lot of people were kind of worrying about the Johnston and Ralston. That's something we missed as well. I don't think Kawata's put a fit Ryan, by the way. And I know he's playing at a position. He might have been he's played there before, but I've been quietly impressed by how he's played at right back in the last few games, considering his position. And to have to be that versatile, so it can only be an advantage for us as a club to have somebody that can play in numerous positions. And it seems to come up pretty well. Oh man, I know you're coming out of multi-50. Aye.
Do not tell Alan Ray that.
Oh, I know.
No, I think you're spot on in terms of what I think he's going to be invaluable to the club, and I'm glad now we signed him permanently, because, like you just said, he can play in numerous positions. He's comfortable at doing it. I think he can play centre half, right back, and anywhere in the midfield that you ask him to play. And to be fair, Ryan, I think he's one of those players, mate, that he keeps a level of consistency with his performances as well, and he kind of quietly just goes about his business. He doesn't really. There's not really a big thing made of him. But if you know football and you watch your football, you can understand, his energy levels and what he actually brings to the team. Again, at the weekend, lads, I don't know about yous, but I'll just put this one in before I bring you in, Ryan. I thought the big boy Cohen looked exceptional right away. Early touches, boom, first pass, zipped through the corner as if he'd been there for 5 years. Knew right away where the ball was going before the boy was coming in to tackle him. Knew where the ball was going. I thought the boy Yang's work rate was unbelievable. He's very technical on the ball as well. You can tell he's got a nice touch and he's very direct. He looks to come inside and stand you up straight away and get at you. He'd a wee shot, but he just didn't connect with it. Again, mate, I thought they two looked really impressive when they came on Saturday, and I think the type of players, as much as we think they've went under the radar in terms of stature, but I think those two players could potentially, kick on and show us something really, really magical over the next few weeks, mate.
I'm kind of agreeing with Alan as well in terms of I've spoken about it, not just on the podcast, but in general, other people and yourself, JP, that we are missing some experience, especially for Europe. We are very young. I thought we're all technical and we're nice players, and I do still feel we're missing a bit of that rough and readiness. Don't know if that's going to be something Kwon will bring to us. I like him. Said to you already, I think he could be the impact signing this season. I think he could be a standout if he gets game time. He just looks already technically a step above one or two guys in the team, just the way he looks about, the way he's... Again, it's only on a few minutes, so I don't want to be too gung-ho, and I could, a few months or a few weeks' time, I could look silly, but I can only go on what I see for the game. Again, I could say, I think people might come back and say, oh, Ryan, you said that, but you can only comment on what you see at the time. And at the time, the boy Jan looks a workhorse, similar to Maeda. He just looks like he run all day. Maybe not as quick as Maeda, but he looks like he'll be relentless. The boy Kwon looks relentless. He looks a bit of that rough and ready, a bit of that needle that we're missing. But I'm totally agreeing with Alan. I feel we're missing a bit of experience. I know McGregor's experienced, Hart's experienced. I know guys like Taylor, they've all been there and they've done it, but I think the Europe, for me, JP, see if the squad now was left to what it was, I still think we win the league. Fully fit, I still think it's better than Rangers without any more additions, and that's just me telling the truth. Because if they're fully fit, some of the signs might not get in the team. If it's the same team to last year under Brendan Rodgers, an improvement, I'm still very, very confident, mate, keeping the mob away. So, in my opinion, if you add to these guys some experience for Europe, then I think it's vital. I think it is vital, JP, that we add some experience. Whether I know how much money that costs to get that, I don't know. But I do agree with Rodgers that I know he's saying it might not be £15-20 million, but let's be fair, we all know that anyway. But there could be a 6, there could be a 7, there could be a Julian Edward type money. And I'm being honest, JP, I know he said that that's not your model, but I think me and I think maybe the 2 weeks here, the 3's on the podcast here, and a lot of fans might be disappointed if we don't go and put a signing out to say this is here. We are not here to be messed about, because in my opinion, JP, I've said it on this podcast plenty of times, and I'll keep probably saying it all season, we've got the financial power now to blow every single team out the water in Scotland. And I said to you on Friday night, and everybody in the event on Friday, if we don't progress in Europe, i.e. third place or even a better points total, if we don't win the league, and if we don't maybe get a cup, not really a cup, just win the league and blow them out the water, then we've no excuse. We've no excuse, because we've got the financial power to do it, we've got the manager to do it, and we've got the squad to do it right now as it stands. So if we add to that, then we've really no excuse. I've said to you, JP, even if we don't add to that squad, if Celtic turn up every game, even against them across the water, you win the game, because our A game is better than every single body else's A game. Yeah. And that's just a fact. That's not me just saying this because I'm a Celtic fan. If you look at the quality of squads, it's a fact. The guys they brought on are very, very unknown, but that's the guys that they need to bring into play. Our guys are coming in just to be in the periphery right now and maybe come in and play, we don't know. But the guys we've got fit are already standouts and able to come in and play week in, week out. So it'll be interesting going forward, but I do agree with Alan, JP, that I do feel we do need that experience, and I do think the financial power, I'm not saying we need to go and show it as and go and spend like Roger says, but I do feel we do need to go and spend at least another £5 or £6 million signing. One, it'll give us a boost, and I think it'll give other guys a boost to squad to go, all right, okay, then we need to up our game now. It'll help guys like your Tatis and your Kyogos. It'll help them as well, because it's competition. And I do feel, I don't know what you feel, JP, but I'll put this to you, mate. I've seen a few comments as well. I said it on a podcast when you were on the other night, mate, that I do feel Joe Hart's been brilliant for Celtic. He's been phenomenal. He's still a top goalkeeper. He's still the best goalie in Scotland. But I feel for us to move forward, I think he needs challenged. If that means somebody to come in and take over him, or somebody to help him in his latter stage of his career, to push that wee bit out him, because he's a top professional, he's a top goalie. But as us a club want to push forward, i.e. Europe, I think we do need to go and spend money on a top goalkeeper.
Aye, I would totally agree with you, mate. It's not because Joe Hart's a bad goalkeeper. I think it's just we need to progress in the Champions League. And I think we saw in the first 30 seconds, the game on Saturday when Scales plays the ball back to him and he kicks the ball out for a corner. He's just no really technical that way that he can be comfortable, and he wasn't even under any pressure. There was a couple of yards passed back to Scales, and we set again and we go. And as I say, he kicks the ball out for a corner. He's starting to make some more errors, more so than not. I think the Yokohama game, you see that, and it's it's, but there's nothing you can do. You can't coach against that at all when your goalkeeper's doing that for you. It's the same against Leipzig in the Champions League last season when the goal gets disallowed and then he just chucks the ball out to the Leipzig boy. You can't legislate for something like that happening, Ryan. You could be Pep Guardiola, mate. If your goalkeeper does that, there's nothing you can do to stop that. The only way to stop it is stop playing him if he's going to continue to do it, and then bring in a goalkeeper who can actually do what you're asking him to do. And I think you're spot on, mate. I think we need to sort of. We don't need to spend massive amounts of money, but we need to go and bring in a goalkeeper that will win, play the way Brendan wants to play his football and help the team that way. And then obviously be able to use his hands. So not very often do you find a hybrid goalkeeper, because the modern day goalkeeper now is as you're talking about, they're using their feet more than they do their hands. Most of the way they use their hands, even yourself, Alan, they're picking the ball at the net. So that's the only thing.
Joe Hart was never that goalkeeper, but Joe Hart was never that kind of goalkeeper that played out for the back. But you're noticing, especially in pre-season, especially in the latter parts of last season, you're noticing a few more unforced errors come into his game, whether it's kind of loose passes, whether it's saves that he should have been making that he's not making. You're noticing that kind of the unforced errors starting to rise into
not
his
even
game.
Under any pressure either.
I know. So whereas kind of 18 months ago you would have seen Joe Hart that you're going, he might not be that player, but he's still making important saves. But that's starting to dissipate a bit. You're starting to he's not as reliable as he was 18 months ago at making the important saves and being as reliable as he was. No disputing that he's obviously a high class goalkeeper with a brilliant career, but as he got to that age that we need to be looking for something a wee bit better, because the mistakes are starting to creep into the game, and I think we're all noticing it, guys.
No, definitely, mate. I think you're spot on. I think that's obviously the census again amongst the Celtic fans that we need another goalkeeper moving forward. But obviously, moving forward, lads, tomorrow night we host Atletico Balboa for James Forrest Testimonial. Alan, I'll come to you first, mate. Obviously, James Forrest, when we speak of James Forrest, I think there's a lot of mixed feelings amongst the Celtic fans about James. He's been a long-time servant to the club. Very successful time he's had at the club in terms of lifting up trophies. I'm surprised his biceps aren't big on what they are, the amount of trophy lifting he's done in the time he's been. But to come through the ranks, mate, I spoke about this the other day in a group chat, actually. To come through Celtic's youth set up in a modern day type football and then make it through to the first team, you've got to have something about you, mate. And I think James is, he's come in, at times he's cemented the place in the team. I think probably seen the best of James under Brendan Rodgers, his first spell at the club, in terms of taking him up a level in his game. I would agree now that James is probably at the latter part of his career in terms of, well, certainly Celtic career anyway, in terms of he'll probably be struggling for appearances. Not because he's a bad player, but just because there's a better level in front of him for options. But again, I think tomorrow night, mate, it's just another celebration for such a great servant to the club. And I would probably say he's going to go down as a Celtic legend because of the length of time he's been with us. And obviously then you've got to look at the amount of trophies he's won as well.
No, he's definitely something that should be appreciated. And in modern day football, he's an anomaly because how you can count your hand how many people that stay with a club for that long in modern day football.
Yeah.
And he's sideways, what's it, 13 years now? It's
Yeah.
somewhat, well, just off. But aye, there's no many players now that stay with clubs at, and whether it be kind of big offers for elsewhere or whatever it is, but he's been with Celtic for that long, and he's been a great player through the majority. Obviously, with his position as a winger, where age kind of catches up with you more in that position.
Mm.
You seen it with other players, like even the latter stages of kind of Scott Sinclair. I'm trying to think off my top of my head, but other players, but that's probably the position that when the age comes and your speed and pace goes down a bit, then you start realising that you can't go on for that much longer. But you can't dispute how much of a great servant that James Forrest has been, how many trophies he's won, over 100 assists for the club, over 100 goals for the club. The guy Walgidul is a Celtic legend for how long he stayed and what kind of output he's had while he's played for Celtic.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, mate, in terms of, the way you summed that up there. I think somebody, Ryan, that, as I said, mate, there's a general feeling amongst Celtic fans at the moment that, there's a lot of people saying he shouldn't be there, and to me, I find that very disrespectful, mate, considering the length of time he's been with the club.
Mm.
I do stick by with what I said at the beginning, though. I do think he's now, not because he's a bad player, I just think he's now coming. Every player's got a shelf life, mate, and I think James is nearly there where he is at that level, and he'll probably be coming to an age now where he'll probably need to drop down to a level that's probably more suited to him through a bit of time, because I would say the next 1 or 2 transfer windows is going to be telling on him if he can't again remain fit for this club, for the team, for Brendan Rodgers, for and moving forward. But again, anytime he does come in, I've got to take my hat off to him and say that he puts his all into it, Ryan. And again, tomorrow night, mate, against a very good opposition, by the way, which is it's going to be very competitive again, like the Wolves game on Saturday was. So I think it's quite fitting, mate, for the guy again for his service.
Obviously, anybody who listens to this podcast, anybody who knows me in general knows I'm no his biggest fan in terms of. I know wingers are very inconsistent, but my opinions kind of don't really make sense because his accolades. I can moan about his stats for a few seasons. I can say about this, but to come through Celtic's youth system all through your days, you've got to be exceptional. Doesn't matter if you've played 10 games at the club or you've played 1,000 games or whatever. You've got to be exceptional to come through Celtic's youth system. Any generation, doesn't matter if it was 1950s or now. You've got to be really, 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 really good to get in this first team. I know that we'll say that Stephen Welsh not good enough, etc., etc. But to get to the Celtic first team, you've got to be at some sort of level to be put in the first team, because chances at this club don't come often. So when you get a chance to be in the first team, you've deserved it, i.e. training well, or you've got the attitude or the ability. So to score in every season, to be at this club for so long, you've got to have some sort of brilliant ability on and off the park. You've got to lead your life a certain way. You're known in media all the time. He's never in the media. He's not got social media. He's done himself properly in terms of off the park. He is a Celtic icon in terms of a role model, how to, someone like McGregor, how to lead your life, to be a Celtic player, how to, if you're like Rocco Vata or you're Ben Summers, watch these guys train week in, week out, how they lead their life, how they're known in the media, and take tips off them. They might not make you a better player, but it'll make you a better man. So, in my opinion, I would say congratulations to James Forrest for how long he's been here. I hope he gets a good game, a good crowd. I'm unfortunate I can't make it during my day job, so I can't make it. So, but I hope it gets a good game, a good competitive game. I hope it's not just a testimonial feel. It's an actual competitive game, and it's a good thing as well for him, JP, for him to go and maybe play 90 minutes and put himself in the manager's plans as well. Say, this is what I can still do. This is what I'm still here for. For me, I think for the interview I seen the Davey, he says, I'm going to try and play a part. For me, that's a guy that's not confident. He's going to be playing a lot of games. He just want to try and play and maybe get a few appearances here and there, a few cup games, a few games of injuries. I think that's where it is now. And like you say, JP, it's natural. When, like Alan says as well, when you maybe lose a bit of pace, a bit of sharpness, you do become down to pecking order. And I'm probably going to put a bit of a negative spin, like you says, about the transfer windows. I think maybe in January or next season, I think he's got a year left after next season, roughly, give or take. I think he's got to decide what he's want to do. Is he want to just stay at Celtic and just be a one-club man and maybe just play here and there, maybe just kind of rot away? Or is he want to go away on loan somewhere, or go and maybe play with Aberdeen or a St Mirren and maybe just try and play more and extend his career? Because I don't think when it's Celtic, he's going to get any game time, unless I could be wrong. I know Scott Brown Rodgers helped Scott Brown, but Scott Brown had a niggling injury with his hip and he fixed that and he managed them. But I just think James Forrest has just come to his time at Celtic where his age, injuries, and it's maybe a bit of burnout. But I'm not saying he shouldn't be here. But in terms of playing a lot of time, a lot of week in, week out, I said to you in a group chat, and it's maybe a bit of negativity, but that semi-final 2 years ago, I can't get in my head, JP, I can't. It was criminal, mate. The fact that Calvin Bassey, 2 or 3 days before it, played 180 minutes, I'm sure, in a semi-final or quarter-final, Europa League. James Forrest was fresh on the park and couldn't keep up with him. He was dying his feet after 15 minutes on the park, and that cost us a game, and it cost us a final place. And for me, after that game, he should have been put on the bench and not be seen again, because it was criminal. People might think I'm being too hasty, but that's, if that was me or you in a football park, mate, and in the dressing rooms, we'd be getting strong in the neck. You've been told, listen, you cost us that game. But is it because he's a Celtic man or it's James Forrest? But I don't want to be too negative on the guy, mate, because for what he's done for Celtic, he's been a great servant. And like Aaron and you have said, mate, he will be a legend. Taking through Celtic and win, is it 22, 23 trophies, trebles, Champions League? It kind of does say what I'm saying is kind of a bit of nonsense, because what he's done in his career, mate, has been phenomenal. And like you've Alan said, mate, I hope he gets a brilliant game and he is a legend.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's impossible to stay at the club for that long and, not be labelled that in the first place. Because, as we said, the three of us, take him through his youth, the youth set-up, and then establish himself as a first-team player. And then the amount of games he's played, the amount of trophies he's lifted, the amount of medals he's won.
Important goals as well, JP.
Yeah, a lot of important goals.
Caragandi as well.
Yeah, a lot of important goals as well, mate. Yep. So, again, like Ryan says, I mean, Ryan's thoughts kind of only backed up with James's statistics, because over the years and over time, James has hit numbers that, we probably aren't even thinking of that now, because of, it's a difficult period for James in his career at the moment because of he's not playing, and he's in and out of the team, and 1 minute he's fit to go, next minute he's got a wee niggle, and he's at that stage of his career now, lad. So I do think that tomorrow is fitting, that he gets that send. I don't want to say send off, because I personally don't think he's going anywhere.
It's weird. Like I said to you the other day, to me it's a send off in a way. It's not a send off, but it is. It's a testimonial. But I said to you, I said that also. I went, it's not a send off, but it's just because a testimonial is normally right. There's a testimonial. And like maybe it's just I know it's not a send off, so I don't know why you say that, because I said that and all, but it's got that feel about it, right? Been here a long time, big games, right? There's your testimonial. You're kind of getting right out the door soon. That's the way it feels, but I know it's not like that, so I get why you said that, mate.
Aye.
Can you guys actually see him play anywhere else? Because I can't. Honestly,
I can't. But I think if he's wanting to play football professionally going forward, Aaron, I think he might need to, unless he becomes a coach at the club.
I'll be very surprised, lads, if he plays the full 90 minutes. I think David Stocker's asked a question there. He's just said, I wonder if James will get the full game. That's what my immediate thoughts were there. I actually don't think he'll play the full game. I don't think he'll be fit enough to play the full game. And usually in a testimonial, you know, you're the face of that, so you're supposed to be there and be in amongst it. But I'm also a bit bewildered as to why it's been selected as Atletico Balboa as his opponent. I'm under awareness it's an anniversary year for them this year as well.
Celtic and Bilbao no got a good connection though.
Yeah, they have obviously the Billy McNeil thing, and yeah, they have. But it's kind of, I'm sure it's an anniversary for them this year. And
I've read as well. They've got so many players that are one club players. They're renowned for having one club players at the team, and I read that the day that's part of the reason why that they've kind of married that in with the James Forrest thing. I don't know if that's a laugh or
years back,
but
Alan, with the testimonials. Ryan Giggs, he selected Celtic himself, so that was his choice. Peter Grant, he selected the opponent himself. Malky Mackay was the same. I know Malky Mackay, who am I thinking? I can't even remember. Larson, I think he picked Seville because it was fitting that Celtic went to Seville. I'm pretty sure I heard that as well. So that was why that was selected for Larson's testimonial. I don't even know why. Do you know why Malky Mackay's in my head? Because we're playing Ross County on Saturday. That's why. That's how he just popped into my head there.
Like with modern day football, you're kind of limited to who you're picking as well, because you look on the telly at midnight, you've got this Premier League friendly competitions things as well, so
Yeah.
you're kind of going to be limited to what teams you can pick because of all the televised friendlies that are going on at the minute, so that might be a reason as well.
We'll see on. I don't know how you feel, Alan. I know JP's said I know he might not play a lot of the game. Don't know how you feel, Alan, but see if he can't play 90 minutes his testimonial, how's he going to play? If he's not fit enough to play 90 minutes now, how's he going to play?
That's a worry.
It's just my opinion. I don't want to. I'm trying my best not to be negative because it's going to be an amazing night. And
my other thoughts behind that though, Ryan, is the fact that Roger says he's going to play 45 minutes a different team.
Aye, but for me, if I was the manager, I would want to give him 90 minutes to want to prove that he can still do it 90 minutes at Celtic because it will be, like you said, a good level, a good team. It will be a good intensity, and to see if he is fully fit. Because if he is only playing 45 minutes, if he's wanting to try and prove himself, I don't know if he are. I know JP's probably maybe going to agree with me that it would be ideal for him playing 90 minutes to prove his fitness and to gain 90 minutes because you don't really put a lot of game time in the pre-season, so you can see it as a fitness exercise and a testimony. I don't know if you Alan, but if he can't play 90 minutes, then he's got no chance of playing Saturday.
I bet a testimonial will definitely come off from the standard ovation. So you don't know if it'll be 46 minutes, 44 minutes, 89 minutes, 70 minutes. Could be any one of them, but if he can't play 90 minutes in his testimonial at this stage of the pre-season, there'd be definitely a bit of worry that why is he not able to play that in his testimonial for the season going forward. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of team he puts at tomorrow because for the Tuesday, we're playing on Saturday, start the season. I can't see him starting with kind of the full strength team. I can see kind of the first half, first 60 minutes, or as JP says, 45 minutes. Will be most of the kind of the periphery of the squad coming in because you want to keep most of this team kind of fighting fit for Saturday. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup and how long he does stay on for. Because if he doesn't stay on for 90 minutes and that's what's intended, then it'll be worrying that he can't keep that level of fitness at this stage of the pre-season.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely. That was just my thoughts. But when Brendan says he was going to play 45 minutes, I do think the first team will play at some point in the game and they'll be there together because, like we says, well, I don't think we've played that a lot of friendlies considering, the league starts back on Saturday for us. I don't think we've played a lot of football considering it. We've done a lot of travelling, but we've not played a lot of game. We've not played a lot of matches. So I think at some point, the first team will play a part of the game. Now, whether that be the last half an hour or, the second half or the first half or whatever, I do think that, Brendan will probably want to have a look at these guys that, you know, he's got in his head at the moment to start the season on Saturday. But no, guys, that was a good chat. Obviously, it's some really good points tonight about various different things and things that are happening in the club just now. For everybody, again, it's joining in with us. Thank you very much. I've totally appreciated coming back on and having a chat with the lads and obviously getting some good points across. Again, I'm sorry about everybody commenting in. I've not been able to get everybody's comments up tonight. That's because I've been letting Andy Gray just strut his stuff on a Monday club or whatever it is. But
I wish I was in a Monday club.
but no, as I said, it's fantastic again, boys, to come on and have a wee chat. And obviously, as we gear towards it, we'll be back again on Wednesday night. It'll be myself, Ryan, and Barry Bannon will be joining us on Wednesday night. So again, it'll be another wee good chat. We'll probably talk about Forrest Testimonial and then again another wee insight as we gear towards the weekend and the curtain raiser on Flag Day. Alan will be back on with us on Friday. So it's a busy week for us. But as I said, it's important that we never stop, Ryan, as you know, mate, and we continue on and we keep churning out the content. But there he is. Better late than never. Good evening, Mr. Alec Beveridge. How are we? MD, again, guys, that's the guy we spoke about at the beginning who sponsors the podcast. Top man, totally top man. Top DJ as well. Found that out Friday.
Superstar DJ. Here we go.
Just do yourself a favour and don't go and ask him to put a song on for you because he's never got it. You got that one? No, I'll play that one next time. No, I'll play that one next time. No, I'll play that one next time. He's I thought he'd done away with tape recorders, Ryan. I really did. I saw you set up on Friday, mate. But
I walked in and I seen he had vinyl. I was like, what are you doing, Alex? Vinyl CDs? It's 2023.
I thought he was at it, the amount of scratching he was doing, by the way, I'm telling you.
That was just me and Double Denim had on.
Aye, but no, listen, top class. Anybody again, guys, you want to reach out to Alec again? A big 8-track, aye, definitely. 8-track, there we go. Again, guys, they want to reach out to Alec. That's the phone number. You get them on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. You just send them a message, guys. Let them know who you are, what you're looking for. Again, it's, potentially in your family's got any functions coming up at all. Anybody that you can think of that you know is looking for any entertainment in the immediate future, don't look any further. Please don't, because you won't be disappointed. You will go home with a sore belly because you'll be laughing half your night as we were on Friday. Just the amount of thoughts that are coming back through my head for Friday was just unbelievable. But no, it doesn't stop. He's total entertainment. And as I say, guys, a very good guy as well. Mappy joins us again. Hail from Northern China. Great show. Mappy, honest to God, your timing couldn't have been any better, mate. We're just about to finish. But
thanks, Mappy.
We'll be back again. Cheers for your comment, mate. We'll be back at the earlier time, and I'll promise you I'll make it happen, of 8:30 on Wednesday. So that's 8:30 Glasgow time, Mappy. Okay. If you want to tune in again, mate, you can. Guys, before we go, on social media today we made an announcement. Our good man Barry Bannon has donated his boots, his playoff cup final boots, when Sheffield Wednesday got promoted to the Championship. Barry has donated his boots to the podcast. There they are, and he signed them as well. And they are up for auction, guys. Okay, so the bidding did start at £250. We have our first bid, and it is our Mr. Alec Beveridge that's bidded. So the bidding sits at £300 just now for them. Okay, the auction went live today. It will run until midnight on the 31st of August. So please, guys, again, if anybody wants to get in contact with us on what they need to do, they just need to get in contact with us, that's all, and place your bid. It's pretty simple. It's no anything difficult at all. Again, top man, Ryan, Barry, for doing that for us, mate. And yeah, I don't think we could have asked for any a better donation, mate.
No, like you say, mate, as you could probably call it memorabilia now. It's a top bat history, mate, for Sheffield Wednesday. Very rarely, mate, can you buy anything like that in the shops. It's authentic. It's what he lifted the trophy in, and it's basically what he wore all season as well, and at Wembley. So, and it's probably I think you still get bits of Wembley grass on it. So it's a special.
Smells at Wembley, doesn't it?
Aye. Does he get the boots for that in Wembley?
Did they send you the bulbs earlier as well? Where'd you get the bulbs from?
But no, honestly, it's what an absolute gift for anybody to have. If you're a big, massive football collector, if you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan, I think Sheffield Wednesday fans will love that in the house, mate. It's a piece of history for them, piece of history in general, mate. It's a fantastic honour to have them for auction to put for bars, and it's for me as a football fan, mate. If I was a Sheffield Wednesday fan, I'd be looking all over it. So as JP says, the auction started. It will be going on Twitter. I will put it on Twitter tomorrow, and it will be on Twitter as well for you to see. And obviously Barry's on his Wednesday, so Barry can chat about it on Wednesday as well. But fantastic gift, mate. Not just that, but he's a fantastic man as well. He's a fantastic footballer, and obviously good luck to Sheffield Wednesday for the season coming on Friday as well. Yeah,
definitely, absolutely. Big week for them this week. So again, guys, it just shows you the character of the man as well. Their season's about to kick off this week for the Championship. What a competitive league it's going to be for the English Championship. And he's that much of a nice guy and a good friend now too. He's taking his time now to join us on Wednesday night. So it just tells you a lot about the guy, mate, I think, and about the character. And then obviously, as you said, Ryan, the fantastic gift he sent us up, mate. And folks, the bidding sits at £300 at the moment. So again, please contact us if you're looking to bid for that. Any Sheffield Wednesday fans looking to do so, please hit us up on Twitter, on the Celtic Unrestricted View page. You can get us on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok as well. You can get myself and Ryan individually on there as well. So again, guys, please don't hesitate at all to reach out to us, and we can lodge your bid. And best of luck to everyone who does take the time to make a bid, and obviously the winner will be announced on the 1st of September. I'm not staying up to 1 in the morning, Ryan, after midnight to announce winners, mate. It's not happening. So I will announce aye.
Put that
Get him a stick of Wembley bulbs done. We'll just start in his living room.
But where's the home park? Didn't the green?
Made up your right.
Aye.
On the FC.
Brilliant.
But they're a size 6, Mappy. They're a size 6. Danny's asking what kind of boots they are. To be honest with you, mate, what I do know is he won the Championship playoff.
Adidas boots, I know that.
They get to the Championship. They are Adidas boots as well.
Copa, I'm sure they're Copas.
They're
Adidas, they're Copas.
Playoff final winning boots, put it that way. So I've got another photo. I'll be uploading that for Wednesday for these as well, and it's actually Baza standing with the boots on just before he sent us them. So again, guys, I honestly can't thank Baza enough as well for that. But guys, I hope you have a lovely weekend. As I said, hope it's not been too much of a hectic start to the new week for you. And I will see you again on Wednesday. And a massive hail for me, guys.
Hail.
Cheers.
Hail, guys.
It's probably like 3-4-3, so we'll get into that in attacking. So when the ball's in transition, players will set. You get 1 and 2 coming in the half positions, the 7, the 10, and then they'll interchange. Under Ange, we've seen a different brand. It was like the 3D, so the full-backs were inverted. You had inverted wingers coming in to help the striker, so effectively you had 2 and 3 strikers per game, sometimes even 4. Like Brian says, Wolves are just still stuck to their formation and that's it. Very good manager under Lopetegui, by the way. Spanish manager. Spanish player.
That's why he's here currently.
He
does talk many languages, your guy, doesn't he?
No, mate, I was talking Korean, wasn't I?
Fluent Japanese when he's drunk.
Fluent Japanese when I'm drunk, aye. Too many of them will be fluent Japanese.
So that's Saki, John.
So aye, as I said, Celtic set up 2-3 different formations. When we've got the ball, it's a 3-4-3. When we've not got the ball, we have to this shape here, 4-2-3-1. What we saw in Japan, folks, I can put that out early. What we saw in Japan was 2 different Celtics. So again, first 11 was really strong, going at that hammer and tongs, high tempo. The second 11 was after the ball, letting the other teams have the ball, because let's face it guys, we're up against
Well, all right, lads. Guten Tag.